Okay, there we go. Okay. Again, welcome to the basics of Hebrew, biblical Hebrew. And although it says lesson 3, we're actually in lesson 4 because the slides that we're using tonight are actually just enhanced slides from lesson 3. So I did not give you new slides this week because essentially I'm giving you the same, I would be giving you the same slides. There's just a couple extra slides that I added. And if you would like, at the end of the class, let me know. I can post those on the Google Classroom. Okay. So we are going to just go through a couple things super quick, and we are really going to get to pronouncing things today. So I think that's really important. Okay, so we know our alphabet. We know that we don't have maybe everything memorized right now, but we know pretty much many of the letters. That's where we should be at now. So that's okay if you don't know them all. Just keep working through them. And as we read, we'll help you. Okay. Again, the vowels could be a little bit confusing, but here's the vowel chart again. And as I said, the most important thing right now, if you don't know the names, I'm not exactly concerned. I'm more concerned that you're more familiar with all these lines are A's and all these dots that are in the middle are E's and U's. And then at the end, we have our O's. So just remembering that the lines are A's and the dots are E's and U's. That's kind of the way to remember them in the beginning. Okay. Again, I'll leave the vowel coding chart up for you. The vowel letter holders. Sometimes people find it's easy to hold these off to the side, but we're going to work through them. Once you start to get a couple words, especially I'll make sure, try to help you guys find a word that you like. And then if you find a word that you like that's got that letter in it, I promise you that you will have an 80% better chance of remembering that letter. We talked about zigzag reading really quick again. So we're going to do this today. I'll say we're going to start from the top and go to the bottom. Or for instance, on Yom down here, I'll say something like we're going to start here with the Yod. And then we're going up from the bottom with the Vav and the Olam Vav. And then we're going to go over to here and we're going to do the final mem. So just this is the pattern. You always want to remember zigzag reading. And you want to kind of have that in your mind to be able to go forward and backward eventually, because when we get to grammar, you really will need that, because it says you need to check the letter before or check the letter after, or the vowel before or the vowel after. So zigzag reading, you'll never be able to get rid of it. Okay, now here we go. We did this one last week and I left it sit just as it is. Okay, so I'm hoping people can see. Okay. But I don't know who, I think Donald went first last time, but I don't want him to read the first line this time. Is there someone else that wants to try to do line 1? And I will help you through line 1. Or line 2 if line 1 is kind of hidden on the screen. Anyone want to give it a shot?
I'll do line 1.
Okay, go ahead.
Av,
Yeah,
ad,
yeah.
ag,
Mm-hmm.
az,
Yeah.
bat,
Mm-hmm.
bach,
Yeah.
bah,
Yeah.
bach,
Yeah.
ava.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Is anyone brave enough now, Donald, if you want to jump in at any of the lines, because I didn't want you to do the same line as last week. Does anyone want to try another line?
Looks like you've got no takers.
Okay. Pick a line.
Pick a line. Okay.
Yeah.
Hit.
Mm-hmm.
Hiv. Oh, sorry. Hin.
Hit.
So hit.
Yeah, that would be a V.
Okay, so that'd be hiv.
Yep.
Heave.
Yep.
Heed.
Yeah.
Yah.
Yik.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
B.
Mm-hmm.
Key.
Mm-hmm.
And Bika.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yatina, do you want to try or not? No? Okay.
Sure, I would try. Okay. Ta,
Okay. So this the line 3 you're on, at.
at.
Yep.
Um,
Va.
Va. It
So
looks like not a Dalek, not a rash. Is it? It's
a,
not a noon.
no,
Your
it's
final noon.
a Zion.
Oh, okay, Zai.
Yeah. So this had a dot in the middle, so it's baz.
Boss.
Mhm.
Boss. Nu. E. Va.
So this one is your vav. So that would be the, and then you have your e underneath, v, and then z.
So
So viz.
what? So that's not a final noon. Is
Nope.
it? No.
That looks right here. Because the final noon is always going to go below the line. That's a very good question. The final noon dips below the line. And so right now it's not a final noon because it didn't dip below the line. It would be way down here.
Oh, okay, because mine's look like it's a little longer than the Zai.
Oh, okay.
Zion. So that's the reason why.
Okay.
Okay.
So if it was final noon, what would it pronounced like? If this was final noon, what would it be?
News.
So it'd be Vin then.
Vin.
Because this first one is a vet. And then you have the I, and then if that last one was a noon, then be Vin. Or did you?
I'm confused. I must be looking at the wrong one.
Are you on line 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the third one in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So the first letter's a vet, a vav, and the vav can be a vowel holder, but in this case, the vav is actually pronounced. And it's got the little dot underneath it, which is the I, the hirik. And then it's viz.
Vez.
Yep, viz. Yep.
Viz.
Yep. So ve, z, and then viz. Remember, just like I said, cat, we do k, t, and then eventually we put it together, cat. Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. You're doing great.
Yeah,
Okay.
difficult to try to put the sounds together. Okay. Ta.
Yep. Oh, darn it. Sorry. Okay. Here you go. It's right in the middle. I don't know if you can see my thing very well. So it's it, right?
It.
Yep, because you have the aleph makes no sound. Underneath it is the
Mm-hmm.
and then you go over zigzag to the t sound, the tet. So it. So yeah, when you put it together, it's it, t, it. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Okay.
I got
Yeah. So
gub.
gav. Gav. So then
so is that making a B sound? Because I was saying it with the b sound as in
yeah. So if we look here on your line, the second line here is the dot. The dagesh in the middle makes it a b, Like there's a little ball in the middle and you got to spit it out. Buh, buh, buh. But here, okay, on the word you're on, there's no dot in the middle. So there's nothing to spit out. So it's just the. So gov.
God. Okay.
Yeah.
God. And dog.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
So it would be, yep, it would be start with the t and the I, and this yod.
No.
This yod is actually a vowel lengthener. So that one's a little crazy. So it just would be a longer T. Yes, exactly. You got it.
Okay.
And this is kind of the same thing too. There's some extra stuff here you don't need.
Okay. This is
Because it looks exactly like
Yeah. He.
Yes, that's all you needed in that line. That's right. There's nothing else that you can do with that one because it's just he. Extra, the other stuff is all for grammar. Okay.
Okay, so started the da is it your a syllable breaker? Because I know
No.
we need this
Not in this one, but you're approaching it the right way. You had your da, and now you have your what? Ya.
yeah, ga,
Yep. So
da, ya, ga.
so it's da yag.
Oh,
Darn
ya,
it. Did it again. Sorry, guys.
ya.
So it's da yag. So do you see if you go back to gav right here and then dog right here? So this is almost the same thing. D-A-G, a sound. D-A-G sound. You have D-A-Y-A-G. So da yag.
Da, yag.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I said it's really helpful when we start breaking these words down. It kind of makes things make more sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's take a look. So thank you, Yutina. That's perfect. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Ramon, if you feel like jumping in anywhere, let me know. Otherwise, I can do line 4. It's entirely up to you.
I would like to try 5.
Okay, good. So I'll do line 4 and I'm going to save line 5 for you.
All right.
Okay, so this is line 4. Okay, we have the dot in the middle of the cough. We have the dot in the middle. So we know whenever we have a dot in the middle, we got to cough it out. We've got to get rid of that dot. It's going to be a harder sound. So we have ka, kach. So kach. Okay, that's 4. Kach. And then we have our B sound, B. We have our E, and we have what's called a heuric yod. They hook together. So it's B. Okay. And I will talk about later on, I don't need to do it today, why that has to be part of the vowel. Okay. But there is a rule that you'll learn. So it's B. Okay. Now this one is Vav with a kamatz and another Vav. So we start with the V, A, V. So we actually just spelled what word? Vav. That's one way to spell Vav, the letter Vav. Okay. Now here we have another. We have our cough in there. So it's a harder k sound. So it's ki. And we zigzag over to this letter. And that's a V. So Kiev. Kiev. Okay. And then now we're over here. Okay. And we have ga, t. So gimel. Oh, why do I keep doing that? Gimel, kamatz, tet is got. Okay, here we go. We have heed, yad. This is a little bit more challenging because the zion's up at front. And remember, the way you can tell the zion from the noon is the noon, it's at the top, the top of it meets at the end. When you have a zion, the zion is kind of in the middle. The top of the letter is kind of in the middle. So it's za, and we have a kaf again, but there's no dot in it. So it's za, ha. It's a softer ha. Not zaka, zaka. And then now we have the last one of this line. We have gi, so g, e. Then we have da, ah. And then at the end of a word, we did talk about it, but I don't expect you to remember it. The H at the end of a word is usually silent. So we have gi, da. So gi, da. Okay, that is line 4. Okay. Ramon, I saved line 5 for you.
Here we go.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, right here? Okay, I don't know if you can see my little.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it on. I had copied it. It looks weird. It looks like a. It doesn't look like an H. Anyway, I'll do the computer one. Here we go.
Okay.
So it's hag.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And hag. Am I
Okay.
doing that? Yeah.
You are, but this one, okay. If you were in Israel, I don't know that you heard this one because this was in the first part. In Israel, you would not be able to tell the difference between this first word and the second word. But
Okay.
when I'm teaching Hebrew in the beginning, it's cha, that's a cha. So it'd be chag. And so just in the very beginning, I need to know that you're doing the chaf so that I know that you know the difference between that and that. So it'd be chag.
Hag.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
Okay.
5. Zeev.
Yes, Ziv.
Eve.
Perfect. Ziv.
Okay.
Yep.
Tav.
Yep.
Okay. Ki.
That's correct.
Yach.
Correct.
Okay. Div.
Correct.
God.
Correct.
And then Hav. Ha.
Little kids love this word.
Kaka.
Yes.
I don't want to say it.
It's ka, ka. So it's
right.
technically ka, ka. So
All right. I thought that's what it was. I just don't want to say it.
try to teach that to second grade Hebrew school students. The rest of your day is totally gone in class. So exactly.
All right.
Okay. So now that brings us to, I just want to go, sorry, because we have more to do. I'm going to breeze through line 6 and 7. There'll be more reading, but I want to get it to a different part. Okay. So we have Zach. So Zach. Okay. That's that sound at the end. And we have Ta, because the aleph is silent. We have Yid. We have Kav. Kav. I did that. I thought it was a Rush and it wasn't. We have Kiv again. We have Bag. We have Da. We have Vid. And He. Da. The He, the CH, the He, like Hala, He Da. Okay. And I don't think, is there one more there or not? No. Okay. So 7 is God, Kav, Ba, Bi, Av, Hav, Bag, Beat, and let me get this smaller because let me move. My little screen is in front of it. Ha ta. Okay, that's ha ta. Or ha. Make sure you do the ha ta. Okay. There you go. I don't know if that helps or makes it worse. Sorry, guys. Okay. Ta. Okay. Those are combinations and it's on the video. So if you want to go back and you can hear the talking. Okay. So we did a really good job. Tov mayo to everyone. Now I want to tell you something. I picked not the easiest way to start and not the hardest way to start. So this is one of the harder levels though to start with. And I did that because I thought maybe if we could give you a little bit of confidence that you could do this stuff. Like Zions are a little bit harder. Cough is a little bit harder. So terrific job to everybody. These are the harder ones. Okay. Now let's look at some vowel sounds and some combinations. Okay. So we have the ayin, and just jump in if you want to. Remind me, what sound does the ayin make if we were to sound out this word? Does anyone know what sound the ayin would make if we were to sound out this first word? Okay, that's okay. It would make no sound because the ayin has no sound by itself. Okay, and so we have no sound here, and this is a vowel holder. Okay, and there's an O, so it's called an olam vav. So we would have this only makes one sound. Can anyone guess, or does anyone want to guess what sound this word would make? Because we have eliminated half the words. There's only one vowel left to say. Anyone want to guess or not? Okay. Oh, correct. That's all that's left. We eliminated everything else because this had a vowel holder, which makes no sound. And then it had a vowel holder, which makes no sound. So all we're left with that little vowel. Okay. Now, this makes a cow sound. So anybody else want to tell me what the cow sound is?
Moo.
Moo. Yes. Moo. Okay. And this, anyone want to try this one?
Show.
Okay. So this is our cough, our CH one, cough. So it would be what?
Oh.
Cold. Yes. So we want to make sure we get the gargle in there. But you said it right. I'm just saying co in the beginning. So we know co, sorry guys, not co. If it had a dot in it, it'd be co that versus co. Okay. Okay. This one is yay, right? Because we have a yod and an E sound, eggs in the basket. Yay. Okay. That's how that goes. Okay. Now here's another one. This is a cough, right? Or let's see, hold on. Cough. Het, a het. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Sorry. This is a het. So het makes a hollow sound. The CH sound again. And we have an kamats. So it'd be what? So when it's at the end of the word, it's an ak. If this were in the middle of the word, it would be a cha. But Donald's right. This is what I told you it's a ak. It's a final ak. It is what we call a fake final. So it's not really a final, but yes, Donald said it right. It's ak. Okay. Now, if your kids are singing, they make this sound, la, 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 right? So we're on the second line. The first section is a lamed and an aleph. Okay. Or a lamed and a, oh my goodness, guys. A lamed and a patak. Thank you. Donald, I'll have you teach the class at this rate. Okay. And the next one is does anyone want to try it or not?
Ka.
Okay. So ka. It's a hard one. So we hit it there. Anyone else want to try this one? Ka. Exactly. Okay. Now this one has two vowels together. Okay. So we have two vowels. So we know we always have to start with the consonant. So we have v sound. Okay. And then we go here and we see the vowel. Okay. And then we have another vav. Okay. So technically this would be vo. Okay. I can't think of a reason why this would be vov. It would mostly just be vo, because when the vav is doing its job as holding an O, it can't be its own sound. So it would have to be vo. Okay. So vav, when it is a vowel holder, it can't be a sound. It's one or the other for vav. So this is how it works in the action. V for vav and O for the vowel holder, vo. Okay. When your kids are playing, I'm sorry, I'm on a kid thing today. So I apologize if some of you, it's too many kid references, but it would be goo because it's goo, like gooey, like falling down the stairs, goo, whatever. That long ooh sliding down something. So goo. Okay. Now, this would be, because we have our shin here. We have a dot, we have the shin, and it's the ooh sound again. So shoe. So we want to make sure that's a longer vowel. Shoe. Okay. Now, this is what? What
Resh.
letter is this? Resh. Okay. And we have our 3 eggs in a basket here. So always think of the 3 eggs sitting in a basket. So re, a. So a for egg, re, and that's our first part of their word. Okay. This one is a little bit harder. This is our sadi. Again, I like to say, think of like TS together. And this is called a seri and so we have se, se. Okay. Okay. Donald, do you remember this one?
It's a po.
It's a po, right? Po. If it didn't have the dot, what would it be, Donald?
Fo.
Fo, exactly. If it has the P, you want to push it out. So it's po. And if it doesn't have it, it's fo. Okay. It's a fake fo. I'm kidding. Okay. This is a samic. Now remember, this is shin, right? This is sh sound. This is s sound. So we have sa. Okay. Sa. Okay. Now here's a little bit more complicated ones. Okay. So I'm going to just show you, but we're basically getting the same one. We have ho. We have new, because this is a noon. Okay. Noon sits down. And then here is the vowel holder, right? With we call the sharuk, right? It's the oo. So this would be new. Okay. New. Then again, loo in England, when you go to the bathroom, you ask for the loo. There's your loo. Okay. And this would be co, with a hard co. It's the cough with the dot. You want to spit it out. Co. Okay. This is the tet. It has the tear on the top, and it's ta. Ta. Okay. Oh, did it again. Okay. This is may. It's got the mem and the sere. So may. Okay. It's an E sound. May. And then we have our cough here, but there's no dot in it. So we're not going to do it hard. We're going to do cough, right? Ka. So we have cough and ka. Okay. Here's our tet again. And we've had this one before. So it's ta. Okay. Our tet and our is ta. Now, here's our zayin. Again, look at the zayin. Zion's lid is always a little bit on an angle. And Zion's lid is in the middle where noon is on the end. Here's the noon. Do you see the noon? It's easy. It's nice to see them together. Here's the noon on the line above. Okay. And then down here on the line below, you see the Zion. So the Zion does look familiar, but it's in the middle. So that would be Zo, because the O is over his head. He's saying Zo, right? Zo. Okay. Now we have a letter and we have a vowel holder. Okay. So that would be duh. Go ahead, Donald.
Do.
That would be do, right? Ooh. So duh, ooh, do. Keep doing that. Okay. Last one. let's go up a little bit on top of the line. You see the shin has the dot on the right side. That's sh, right? This is the dot on the left side. So it's s. So we have sa, oo, sue. Okay, so this is sue. Again, we have the vowel sin, we have the vav holder, and then we have a sharik. So it's sue. Okay, this one looks weird, but we have the letter sh, the shin, and we have another vowel holder, but it's the olam vav. Ooh, here we go. Let me get him in. Where's Lee? Admit. Here we go. Okay, let's go back here. Hello, Lee. Okay. The first one down here in this last line is sue. And this one is show. Okay. Because again, these are vowel holders. Just one is the oo and one is the o. Okay. We have this one now is our kuf. Looks like a P. So don't let that confuse you. I know when I was little and I started reading, I kept saying everything like that was P, and it's not. So it's key because there's our eggs in our basket. So key. Now we have our Faye. There's no dot in it. Remember, we had a Faye Donald Red Poe up here for us, but there's no dot in here. So this is
Phew.
thank you. Foo, going down the stairs. Foo, okay? And now here's our iron. So Donald, do the last one for me. What's the difference with the iron?
In terms of its shape?
Nope, in terms of how you pronounce it.
Oh, well, it's a silent, but it
Yep.
has a vowel under it.
Mhm.
So it'd be, yeah.
It'd be like A. Yeah, just the E-H-E-Y. It's a seri, so it'd just be A. That's it. Okay. So yeah, so those are the vowels. That's how we normally started. Did the hard stuff first to make this seem easier. Okay, I know Lee just jumped in, but does anybody have any questions about what we just did here? Okay, we're going to move on because like I said, we're really going to start to read today, and I'm going to show you some stuff in terms of our reading. So I'm going to go through. Okay. Some practice. Okay, I hope this doesn't seem intimidating, but we're not, I don't want you to be intimidated, okay? We're going to just look at each little section of word by itself for a second, okay? And I just want to illustrate this. We're going to do a couple. If you want to try one, let me know and I'll let you try one. Because I definitely, starting next week, everyone will be reading way more than I am. Okay, we learned about our shavas. Okay, and I just want to show you how I'm going to give you words that match what we've learned. Okay, so for instance, we talked about last week. In fact, I can go there really quick here. We talked about rule 2. If there are 2 consecutive shavas, so here's 2 right here on the picture, in the middle of the word, the first shava is silent and the second one is pronounced. Okay, so that's one of the rules, rule 2. And you won't have to remember it because I put the cheat sheet on the page. Rule number 3, if 2 shavas are at the end of the word, they're both silent. So then what I did is I found words that match those 2 rules. Okay, so I just want to show you a little bit how we are going to pronounce stuff like this. Because now, if you notice, we were doing 2-letter words and some 3-letter words. Now these are all 3-letter words, okay? So for instance, here we have the first letter. We have na, and we have an R. So nar, duh. Oh, we left. He's there, and then he left. Okay. Okay, so, okay. What rule would this work through? Okay, well, it would go to rule 3. If there's 2 shavas at the end of the word, both are silent. So I'm just telling you, this is how you're going to use those rules that I gave you. You're going to go back to your word and say, okay, Madison said if there's 2 shavas at the end of the word, they're both silent. So then what we have is we have na, R, nar, and then we have d, nard, nard. Okay, it's one of those really weird things. I had to look really hard to find a worksheet that had two consonants at the end of a word. It's kind of hard to find. I didn't know there were so many. So that's one of these ways to look at that rule. Okay. Let me find a different one because we're not going to stick on this one a lot. Rule 2, let's see, if there are two in a row, the first is silent and the second is pronounced, but I don't have it. Okay, so oh, here, I think it's here. What we have, I think here. Nope, those are all endings. Okay, so that's a practice. It'll be in your slides and you can go back and you can take a look at it. These are just references for later, but I wanted to read one. Like this is, let me read the second one down here, just Yaf. Yaft. Okay. So if two shavas are at the end of the word, it's yaf, and then you add the T, yaft. Think about like in English, it'd be like tusk, first, task. Almost all of them are going to be stuff like that. Okay. So that's the explanation for that one. Okay. Now. Okay. It's kind of blurry. I apologize. Okay. If there is a shava under a letter, okay, with a dagesh, so I want to show you how this works. So when you go through it on your own, you can see how this works, okay? If there is a shava under a letter with the dagesh, it is pronounced. So let's go on, well, actually, we'll do the first one first. Here's your letter aleph. It doesn't make any sound, and we have ah. So we have ah. Zigzag reading, we're going to go over to do our F sound, right? So we have off. So all these three letters together only make an off, okay? So there's no dagesh in this word, okay? So that's just our syllable breaker then. So it's just going to be off, foo, okay? Off, foo, off, foo. That's an example of how this rule would work. So when you have those rule sheets that I gave you that you're going to save, these are going to help you later on, okay? Now let me show you the example of this one next to it, the second letter from the right on the top line. Because this is, if there is a shava under the first of the two reading rules, it is pronounced, okay? So, no, that's a different one. So if there's a founder of the letter with the dagesh, it's pronounced. So bas, and it's vak, bas, vak. Okay. It's technically, I don't want to get into this. Technically, you would be splitting this word here. I'll explain it later, but I just want to say there's a reading rule. And these are words to use the reading rule. So if you need to go back and look, you can read the rule. It's better to read the rule I wrote first over here. Okay. These rules are better. Read the rule. And here are words to help you understand the rule. That's what I wanted to show you there. So if that seems confusing, it will be, but it will make sense later. Okay. Now let's get to real stuff. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Let's get to pronouncing stuff. Okay. So, I'll read line 1. Donald, you can do line 2, and then we'll just take volunteers from that. So line 1 has 2 words. And a lot of these were words that I gave you for vocabulary. That's great if you got to them. And if you didn't get to them, no problem. But line 1 is who and of. So who and of. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Donald, do you want to try line 2, just the second section? Can you see it okay, or do you need me to go bigger?
No, I can see it.
Okay.
It's, well, who is the first word? So-
Yep.
And the other is, ha'av.
Yep. Ha'av. And I just want to show you later on, you're going to learn this ha in front of words means something very important. And it makes your life, it means makes your life easier. Does anyone want to try line 3?
I'll try it.
Okay.
E,
Okay. Do you remember what any of it means? I always ask for more, Naomi. I'm sorry. It's okay. We're going to learn the meanings. Okay. Anybody want to try line 4?
I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
He,
Uh-huh.
I'm.
Okay. So it was perfect, but I want to just correct a little bit of how you're breaking up the words, because you're going to need later on when our words get bigger, it's going to be more important. In English, this would be the letter that would be ha-im, right? But because you can't do that in Hebrew, we want to make sure we make more of a distinction between our first and our first syllable and our second. So it's ha-im. So you were fine. I just want to make sure that in the beginning, especially, we're breaking them up a little bit better. So ha-im. Do you get the difference between the accent ha-im versus ha-im? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. And just because you can't have two vowels together, so this wouldn't work. It has to be ha-im. So the mother or whatever. Okay. So we have, anybody want to try another one or not? This is a hard one because it's got a Zion. That's okay. So this would be ze, because the H is silent. So ze, and the A is silent. So ze, okay. And line 6 is ze, ha, So do you see the difference? We added this ha and this kamatz in front of So as Donald mentioned, just to give it away already, this is people, right? Is people, and ha'am in the Torah or the Bible is the people. So you've heard it much when he says the people of Israel or the people of whatever, people of the Torah book, ha'am versus am. Okay, and let's see, 7, zot, you got the Z, the aleph is silent, there's nothing there, and it ends with a T, there's a little toe there, so it's the tav, tav, so zot, okay, and then this one's a little bit harder because it's a little bit longer and it has a shavah, so let's break it down. Ba, and then you've got your shavah, and it's in the very beginning, so it's just enough of a b or a b sound, ba-e, ba, be, to make it work. It's just enough. If you could go ba, ra, ha, which some people do, it's fine. But a lot of people say ba, like they have to put an e sound to say it. So it's ba, and we zigzag over to ra, because that's a resh, ra. We go down, we have the ah, so ra, so ba, ra. Then we have our soft ka, and then we go over to the H and it doesn't do anything because that's the end. So it'd be ba, ra, ha. That's how we get that. Okay. Let me just check something first before we keep going. Oops. Okay. So let's look at these words. I just want to show that. So here we go. Here's mother. So mother is what? Anyone know what mother is?
Im.
Okay, so we just saw that word, im. And then here's this other word, ba, bracha. So if we say it long, it's bra, racha. Okay, bracha. Okay, here's land. I want to read it for you. It's eretz, E-R-E-T-S or T-Z, eretz. Okay. At is you. If you are a feminine, if you're a woman, it's at. If you're a man, it's ata. So you already have learned a little bit of grammar. At is feminine, ata is man. So if you're going to go to work and say you, and you're talking to a guy, if we're talking to Ramon or Donald, we're going to say, or Lee, we're going to say you. We're going to say ata. If you're talking to Naomi, Yatin, or me, you're going to say at. Okay. Here you learn about the ha, and they have this little dot or this little dash after ha. So I want to tell you something about the adding words to the front of words. And we talked about in Hebrew where they wanted to get the most word that they absolutely could in the smallest amount of space. And one of the ways that they do it is they cram prefixes in the beginning. So we're going to learn some of them: the, with, like, stuff, and those are things that they put before a word. Sometimes you may see a dash here, and a lot of times though, when you actually see the word, the ha is just going to be right in front of the word. Okay. So that's something that whenever you see that, you know you're talking about the. So the person, ha-eretz, is the land. Okay. And then we have he, which is she or it. So we have he. This is zot. Zot. Who is me? Remember when I said that? Who is me and me is who? That it's a little joke to play to understand that me means who. Okay. The Sabbath is also known as Shabbat. Shabbat. So do you see? Well, that's 2 syllables, and we want to look at it. So now it makes sense. So when I said if you have 2 vowels, you have to have 2 syllables. Well, we can look right here. There's the ah, and there's a ah. So we have Shabbat. So we have 2 syllables. And then, of course, we have a lady's name, Sarah. And that is not a shin, that is a sin. Sarah. Okay? That's feminine. Okay, let's go to the male. So we did learn the male week 1, but we're going to review it. So again, the father is Av. So Av. We're getting pretty good at that one. Okay. The word for one is echad. Echad. I is ani. Ani. Then again, if you're saying you to a man, it would be ata. And he or it is who. And again, we have this on the male side, which is ze. And this is a big one. And this one, it does sound out pretty good, but I find people tend to memorize this one pretty fast. Yes. Yes. You have the Y sound, Y. The I sound, I. Yes. And this is a syllable breaker. So yes. So we start the next syllable here. Ra, el. So this has to be a 3-syllable word because we have 1 vowel, 2 vowel, and 3 vowel. So yes, ra, el. Okay. King is Melech and Moses is Moshe. Okay. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop recording there and stop sharing for a minute. Stop presenting. Okay. And let me stop recording. Okay. Stop recording.